Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Ascension platform release broadcast of Digital.ai release and deploy. My name is Mia Nguyen. I am the product marketing manager of release and deploy. And joining this broadcast with me is Amit Mulaji, who is our director of sales engineering. So what we're going to show you in the next few slides and in a demo is how Digital.ai release and deploy have been upgraded to help you adapt quickly to constant operations and technology disruption and deliver more software faster and more securely to your customers. In terms of agenda for this broadcast, I am going to talk about the top 5 new important capabilities that help you further accelerate complex software delivery pipeline. And then Amit is going to do a very exciting demo of those capabilities. And finally, we'll go over some of resources for you to find detailed information of what's new in release and deploy. So the new capabilities of release and deploy in this launch are to help you accomplish 3 main things. 1, manage complex software delivery pipeline across legacy and hybrid clouds by easily integrating with your existing systems and tools via Argo Cd plugins and other integrations that you can find in our newly launched integration marketplace. And 2, deliver value to your customers faster without increasing the risk of failures with GitHub-enabled version control and other improvements to our Gen risk prediction solution. And lastly, you can gain visibility of deployments across application and environments with the new deploy analytic lens, the telemetric usage data, and a brand new user interface for you to easily spot inefficiencies and problems before they impact your customers. And next, I'm going to jump into details of those new capabilities. The first capabilities we're very excited to introduce in this launch is the Argo Cd Integration. As you progress towards your cloud-native journey, there are many offerings of Kubernetes being used, many disconnected tools and processes, making it even more difficult to release software. And Argo Cd can help you manage deployments across Kubernetes flavors seamlessly. So the integration with Argo Cd can provide you and your DevOps team with a native GitHub experience while enabling rich compliance and gating and giving you a unified experience of enterprise software release. So with this plugin, you would have more visibility to orchestrate even bigger release process and run your application at scale. Another feature is GitHub-enabled version control for release to help you deliver value to customers faster without increasing the risk of failures. You can increase release quality by versioning and automating propagation of release process changes between environments, and this would reduce cycle time and minimize errors due to manual review of changes. And this also provides governance and central control of release processes and allows you to use Digital.ai release as a continuous integration system. The new version of release and deploy will also come with a fresh user interface which makes integration more intuitive and gives you the same look and feel, a unified experience across Digital.ai portfolio. Specifically, the UI navigation has been moved from the top bar to the left sidebar, and the main UI is now sectioned with overview, reports, configuration, and system settings. This is what I'm particularly excited to introduce in this launch, Deploy Analytics Lens, because with this analytic lens, Deploy can give you the unparalleled visibility, intelligence, and actionable insights of deployments across application and environments. So you would have fully customizable dashboards with ad hoc analysis, governed self-service for you to understand when, where, how, and why deployment failures happen and the frequency of the failures. So with the comprehensive reports and data analytics, you would have a complete view of everything that is happening to pinpoint and address inefficiency to drive real impactful transformation. And last but not least, we are super excited to have released the integration marketplace, a one-stop shop for over 80 integrations across digital.ai agility, release, and deploy offerings. And we are keeping adding more integrations for other digital.ai products. So with this integration marketplace, you can search catalogs of all integrations supported by our products, our official partners and community plugins with full details, meaning you don't have to go and find documentations of the plugins and integration elsewhere. We'll also have a very robust filtering of all integrations by categories, products, or author. And there are also how-to guides and end-to-end documents and videos and code example that shows you how you can leverage the product capabilities and deploy applications to AWS and Amazon EKS. Here are some other enhancements and new integrations that I'd like to cover in this broadcast. Deploy now also supports integration with external container repository, token-based authentication for Google Kubernetes Engine, zip deployment for Azure Function, WebLogic 14c, and there's a new rollback option for pipeline deployment jobs. And release now support integration with software composition analysis in collaboration with checkmarks. And there are new SonarQube features to check quality, block-in violations, and set latest analysis version. Release also supports integration with Bitbucket Cloud and Server CSM tools. And there are also very exciting upgrades to our chain risk prediction solution, which can now provide insights into which chain risk factors are most important and provide on-demand scoring to get immediate risk assessments as soon as the new planned production deployments are created or modified. Now we'll get the marketing slices off here and jump into the product and show a really cool demo. So what we're going to show here before I pass it off to Amit is are the challenges you're facing now without these new capabilities, and then details of how they would help you solve those challenges. So Amit, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Mia. Hello, everyone. Now, as you saw in the presentation, there are a lot of changes associated with release. So let's first start with release here. Now, one of the things I would like to show you first is the UI navigation changes that we have brought in this release. As you all know, that we have been doing a lot of effort to get a seamless and unified experience across the range of digital AI products. In this release, here are a couple of the things that we have done. So the first thing, as you can notice, is the UI navigation with the sidebar. So this is more consistent with what we are providing with agility and deploy now. The next thing is we have sectioned all of the navigation into 4 high-level sections. So you have the overview, reports, configuration, and then you have the settings here. The next thing is we have some enhanced folder navigation. So you guys often use folders. So if I go in this folder, one part is that you can just click back and it provides you the main menu here. But then within here, you can easily jump across these folders by pressing this arrow on the right, and you can just keep on switching pretty easily. Now I'm going to show you how to use Argo CD with Digital AI Release to streamline development flows when you're building cloud-native apps that run on Kubernetes. Argo CD is great at enabling a GitOps workflow, keeping your cluster up to date with changes to your apps and configs, and giving you the visibility in the cluster. When combined with release, the support for advanced gating and enhanced dashboards can bring the value of this development tool into enterprise-grade production deployment. First, I'm going to give you an insight into how Argo CD works. Then we'll cover how release provides the automation and control suitable for the enterprise while making it easier to roll out Argo across a large portfolio. Argo CD is implemented as a Kubernetes CRD, which continuously monitors running applications and compares the current live state against the desired target state. For this demo, I have two code repos. One of that is the app source, just like any developers would have their source code. And then the second one is a repository which allows for the YAML file that is going to be used by Argo to listen and look out for any changes and publish a new update. Now, as we introduced release as a top-level orchestration layer, we get several benefits. So the first one is rapid application onboarding. Release is designed to help you manage the increasing complexity of your software delivery process by easily integrating with your existing DevOps tools and achieve rapid application onboarding with reusable templates. The second one being that developers can easily automate manual activities to help accelerate their GitOps delivery process and reduce risk in their development process. For the DevOps teams, it also helps in promoting changes to privileged environments at scale and provide control over delivery flows, compliance, and gating. Now, all of this is achieved with our 200 plus out-of-the-box integrations available on Marketplace. And finally, on the visibility front, Release provides a fully customizable dashboard where you can compare multiple Kubernetes clusters hosted across cloud providers and monitors applications and environments in a single view. And at the same time, with our analytic lenses, it provides key metrics across your end-to-end release process to improve efficiency, performance, and reliability of your software deployments to production. Now let's get on to the demo. For this demo, let me first show you the release templates that we are going to provide you. So in this release instance, we have a couple of different release templates that are going to help you enable a smooth transition into using Argo CD. This template I would like to focus on, and the goal here is to show you that if you have your existing release templates that you use for standard projects, you can easily incorporate implementation of Argo CD deployments within those release processes with the use of this kind of a helper template. I have already committed a code, and what I'm going to do next is do a code commit, and let's see how it shows up. So I'm here in my editor, and I have a code commit ID that's already ready. So let's just run with this helper script and promote that. So as I do that, let's come back to release, and we can see a new release has been triggered. And if I open this up, you can see it's going pretty fast as it's trying to update the manifest file in the second repo, which is being listened by Argo CD, and it's pretty much done here. Now, to give you a glimpse, we can also have the dashboards, which provide you information into what is happening and what deployments have been done in the different environments. So this shows you a view of the Hello World Dev and the UAT environment. And at the same time, let's just switch over to Argo CD UI itself. And this is where, if we look at, we can basically see the desired manifest is the same code commit that we basically just published. Now, one of the other important features that we have introduced in this release is the ability to do GitOps with the release itself. Now, as all of you know, we have the Excel command line, which has been available for so many years, and it gives you the ability to perform as code YAML templates with the release and deploy. We are taking it to the next level where the GitOps will give you the ability of managing multiple environments, and most of you already have a sandbox environment where you test out the plugins and upgrades, and then you have the production and the other environments where you have hosted release. And this ability will help you to easily test out your templates and other configurations and then move them finally to a production environment with the approved authorizations. So for doing this, what we have to do here, under the connections, we are setting up a connection to your preferred Git source. So in this case, what we are doing is we are configuring a connection to a Git repository. You can see here. The next thing is going on to the folder itself, and I'm going to use the Argo Cd folder here. And if we go to this version control, this is the new section here. And once you connect your folder with the right repository, the configuration is fairly straightforward. You have to mention the target to the Git repository, the branch, and the repository path. And from that moment onwards, you can select what are the different configuration items that you want to use for GitOps. So in this case, I've selected some of them. Once I do that, the system is going to provide you with a new version. And in this case, we have created a couple of different versions which are being managed here. If I just do a fetch changes, it is going to show me whatever has been at the latest point and being pulled from the Git repository. So these are the views where you can see. Now let's just make a quick change to one of the templates. So let's say if I pick up this sample release template, I'm going to add a new task, and let's call it second approval. So we have made a new change. Let's go back to the version control and save as a new version. It is going to give you information about if anything is being changed or dashboard. So let's give it as 5.0 new task. Updated and save. Now, as you can see here in this particular instance, we have tagged it as development. So let's get on to a production instance. And this is where once using the GitOps model, you would have the repository, the code repository being verified and validated by your DevOps folks and other folks. You can easily publish those changes to the production environment. So coming back again to the Argo Cd folder, it's already connected to the same environment. We go to version control, and it is showing you the new 5th version, which we just did. So if I click on this version, we are going to apply this particular version. So as we apply, you can see it is now tagged as applied. And let's just quickly verify by going to the template here. And we can see the second approval is now an official step in our production pipeline. So in regards to getting a better visibility with deploy, we are finally bringing a deploy lens that is part of the overall digital AI analytics offering. As you can see on the screen here, this is the comprehensive dashboard for deploy. It has a pre-built connectivity to deploy. So it supports for hierarchical rollups for applications, version, environments, CIs. It has 70 plus pre-built metrics like successful deployment, percentage, deployment frequency, deployment time, application availability, impact due to deployment, delay in deploy, start, etc. It has pre-packaged best practice dashboards and in-memory analysis as a content pack. Now, there are a lot of out-of-the-box sample dashboards for deployment overviews, deployment details, environments, and then there's the ability of the self-exploration of the data with in-memory cubes. So it is always open for more customization by yourself. Now, a couple of the dashboards which have been exposed here and create some of the significant metrics. So we have the deployment overview. So as you can see, it gives you information about deployment counts, frequency. It has the application deployment performance, some of the areas you can always drill down into. Then we have the further details into individual applications and environments. And this is where you can see more information. This also has deep linking. So if you use deploy, it can direct you back into deploy on that particular deployments and tasks and activities. Then for the environments, we have some environments, deployment performance, trends by environment, deployments across the production environment. So this is a lot of insightful data to give you information of what is happening across the environments. And finally, we have the application deployment analysis. And this is where across your applications, you can see historically the availability trends, the frequency of deployments in the last 12 months, and the overall performance, and several other details that can be linked back to deploy. And finally, we are launching a new marketplace that is going to provide one-stop shop for all the integrations across digital AI agility, release, deploy, and making applications easier to adopt and easier to scale. This is going to have the plugins across all the different repositories. There are ways how you can link it back with several different repositories, whether it's community or private repositories. And here you can see it's going to provide you comprehensive links back into the documentation and the code and whatnot. So let's just go here. So you can see for this example of Bitbucket, it's providing you a comprehensive list of the steps that are available. It's giving you information on how to go and view documentation. There are screenshots, and then there are these handy links for requesting support, previous versions, and also a how-to on install.
Thank you, Amit, for such a great demo. To learn more about these new upgrades and other enhancements, please check out our documentations and release note that you can find on the website. We've also revamped the product landing pages for digital.ai release and deploy. And if you're interested in learning more about what's new in other products in our integrated platform, please check out the broadcasts of agility, continuous testing, and app security. Thank you.